Hey guys, welcome to the Education Simplified channel. In this video, we will talk about the GMAT and GRE exams. The common factor between both these exams is that they are used in admission in PG courses in foreign universities. However, while GRE is used for admission in all sorts of courses, whether in humanities, STEM or management, GMAT is primarily used by business schools to select suitable candidates in MBA and related programs. Whether you should appear for GRE or GMAT depends on the course and the institution you are applying to. If you are applying for MBA abroad, chances are you will need to appear for GMAT, as the majority of the MBA institutes abroad accept GMAT scores for admission. GRE will be more suitable for you if you are applying for programs other than MBA. However, you should check out with the institute you want to apply to for its eligibility requirements. Today, a lot of business schools have also started accepting GRE scores for admissions. Once you have decided which exam you are going to appear, you need to register for it through the respective website. Choose the exam date and pay the fee. There is no eligibility requirement to appear in these exams other than the possession of a valid passport for identification purposes. Ideally, you should appear at least 1 year before the admission deadline so that your scores can be sent to your desired institutes. The fee for GRE exam is $205, whereas appearing in GMAT will cost you $250. The GRE exam has two variants, general test and subject test. The general test is more or less similar to GMAT exam. Apart from this, GRE also gives you an option to appear in subject-specific test, depending on the course you are applying for. Currently, there are 6 subject tests offered to candidates to choose from. In this video, we will discuss the general test, as this is the exam in which most candidates appear and which is accepted in various reputed institutions abroad. The GRE exam is divided in 5 sections. Out of these, only 3 are scored. However, the test taker is not informed of the scored sections, so you will have to consider as if every question will be marked. The first section is of analytical writing. This section attempts to gauge your ability to articulate complex ideas clearly and effectively. It also attempts to check your fluency in written standard English. The analytical writing section will have 2 questions. One of these will require you to analyze an issue and present your opinion regarding the issue. The other will require you to analyze arguments made by someone else and comment on their logical soundness. The analytical writing section is marked on a 6-point scale where 0 is the lowest and 6 is the highest possible score. The GRE website has published a pool of topics from which questions in this section will be asked, so make sure you do consult them while preparing for the test. You will be allotted 30 minutes per task for this section. Next is the verbal reasoning section, which will contain questions related to reading comprehension, text completion, and sentence equivalence. Next is the quantitative reasoning section, which will test your basic mathematical skills and your understanding of basic mathematical concepts. The question will cover various concepts from algebra, arithmetic, geometry, and data analysis and interpretation. The question will be of high school level. Talking about the difficulty, the test takers have usually found the verbal reasoning section of higher difficulty when compared to quantitative reasoning. The GRE exam has an adaptive format, which means the difficulty level will change depending on how well you have done in one section. So, if you do well in the verbal section, the level of difficulty in quant section will be higher and vice versa. Number of attempts. You can retake the GRE test once every 21 days, up to a maximum of 5 days within a span of 365 days. GMAT. GMAT stands for Graduate Management Admission Test, and it is one of the most widely accepted tests for admission in MBA program. The GMAT test is administered by the GMAT Council. GMAT is a 3.5-hour long MCQ based test which aims to test the candidate's overall verbal and critical thinking abilities. Like GRE, GMAT is also a computer adaptive test, which means that the difficulty level of the questions will change depending on the correctness of your answer. If you give a correct answer, the next question will be of higher difficulty level, and if you give an incorrect answer, the level of difficulty will decrease. However, unlike GRE, in GMAT, the difficulty level changes on per question basis, whereas in GRE, the difficulty level adopts on section basis. The GMAT exam is divided into 4 sections: Analytical Writing, Integrated Reasoning, Quantitative, and Verbal. The candidates can choose the order in which they would like to take the exam. The Analytical Writing assessment evaluates the candidate's ability to think critically and to communicate their ideas with relevant supporting reasons and examples. The candidates are required to write an essay in 30 minutes on a given topic. The essay is graded on a 6-point scale, where 6 is the highest and 0 is the lowest. The candidate is not required to present his own opinion, but rather he is supposed to critique the author's argument and analyze the soundness of the argument. The quantitative section seeks to test the knowledge of basic math concepts. The section contains topics from arithmetic, basic algebra, and basic geometry. Apart from this, there are also questions from data sufficiency, which require the candidate to interpret the given data and answer questions based on it. There are a total of 31 questions, and the candidates have 62 minutes to tackle this section.